You take a couple things just because they're a lot of the same players. I mean, obviously they have new players, but a lot of the same players, a lot of the same coaches. But you have to learn from what they've done this season, obviously, and so you look at the tape, you get what you can from that, and then you move on to what they've done this season.
Hey Pat, what's your impression of Jalen Hurts and what he's been able to do with the Eagle offense this year?
Yeah, I mean, he's extremely talented. I mean, I saw it firsthand in the last Super Bowl that we played, and I think what the best thing about him is he's a winner. He knows how to win football games, and if that's throwing the football, if that's running the football, whatever it takes, in order to be great in this league, you have to find ways to win football games.
Patrick, 17 straight games, one possession wins. You know how to build momentum.
I think the best thing we do is just we compete to the very end. It doesn't matter how the game looks from the beginning to the end. We're just going to find a way to get the win, and if that's why one possession or about two possessions, whatever it is, we're just going to find a way.
Patrick, you've been outspoken about your Christian faith. Who is Jesus to you?
Jesus is my Lord and Savior. It's someone that I look up to every single day to decide what I want to do with my life and how I want to live my life. And so Jesus is everything to me at the end of the day. I don't know about this season, but I always lean on Acts 27 through 12 about a boy named Eutychus and his faith and him listening to a sermon and falling and dying and coming back to life. And it just spoke to me at that moment of how I need to live my life and how I need to be fully invested in God.
Patrick, if I have one question, please.
So you've been in so many different games in your career, so many incredible games, including multiple Super Bowls. How does this week stand up compared to recent years?
Yeah, Super Bowl is always top of the top, and to be able to have this opportunity to be in this game is always special. And so we're just gonna go out there and lay it all on the line. I mean, we've worked so hard to be in this game, and I'm proud of my teammates. We're one win away from going out and completing history, so I'm excited for it.
Patrick, you are already considered one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. How does that type of talk make you feel?
I just want to be remembered as one of the greatest teams of all time at the end of the day, and I know how blessed I am to be in Kansas City and the people that I have around me, coaches and players, and so I'm more focused on leaving the imprint on the Kansas City Chiefs and how we are remembered for the rest of the time.
With the rise of sports gambling, do you feel pressure from threats against yourself, fellow players, coaches, or refs?
Not at all. I mean, I just go out there and play the game that I love at the end of the day, and so I know people gamble on the game and everything like that, but at the end of the day, I play football for the love of it, and that's what I always will do. I think it gets people watching. I think that's good for the sport. But at the end of the day, I want people to realize that it's a game that you play on the playground for recess, and the stuff that you just go out there and give everything you love. And I think that's what we try to do on the football field, and I think that's everybody on that football field.
Many of us have gotten to cover you in so many Super Bowls, and it seems like the moment's never too big for you. When, if ever, do you get emotional?
I think just after the games, when I look back on seasons, I get emotional just because of the process, the hard work that you put in. Win or lose, guys give everything that they have, and every team's different. I mean, we have a lot of the same guys that have been on these Super Bowl runs with us, but at the same time, from my first Super Bowl to now, I think it's only like 3 to 5 guys that are on that team. And so no matter how the season ends, you're going to be a different football team, and you just embrace and really have those moments together as a team, and I think that makes you a little emotional.
And you talked last night about how growing up you hated the Patriots too, so you understand when people don't like to see you back on the stage. But what do you know now in the middle of it that fans don't know immediately? How hard it is?
Yeah, I think it's just the grind of every single day of having to start from the bottom and then work your way back to the top. I mean, it's hard. It's hard to be in this game, and that's why I don't take it for granted. And it speaks to the guys that I have around me that they're willing to go back to work, start from the beginning, work their tail off again to make it to this game. And so I think the fans know that, but until you experience it on a day-to-day process, you never really appreciate it.
When you're on the field, basically the game's on the line, you're very close to reach something that is not even Montana, not even Brady, which is 3 consecutive championships. How do you disconnect all of this? How do you disconnect basically all the noise and to focus on what's where's that mental power?
I think you just have to have a process of how you go about every single play, and there's certain checkpoints that I need to do as far as recognize the coverage or recognizing what we need to do as an offense and just getting us to the best opportunity to be successful. And then you just play the football game. At the end of the day, it's a football game. It's a game that you played growing up. You just make it about that moment. You make it about that play, and you just execute your job.
Patrick, sometimes people think of great quarterbacking as passing alone when there's a lot of other things that go into your position. How would you describe what you have to do beyond just passing and maybe a moment where you felt like you played well but the passing numbers
I just, as I've learned in this league, it's all about winning at the end of the day. It doesn't matter how it happens. It doesn't matter if it's dissecting the coverage before the play, getting us to a run play, or running with your legs, or throwing the football. It's just about winning the football game. And at the end of the day, that's what the ultimate goal is. And so that's what I've tried to do, especially at this part of my career, is even though that the stats might not be as flashy as they were in my first year, we've won a lot of football games, and I'll always be proud of that.
Patrick, 6 years ago, it seemed like this team just loved around the NFL. Now you're almost playing the role of the villain. What do you think about that? Does it motivate you?
I don't know if it motivates me. I think I'm so motivated by just the success that we have together as a team. I know that the guys on our team, how much they love football and how much work they put in on every single day basis. And so when we step on that football field, we're going to come together as a brotherhood and as a family and just play our best football and live with the results after. So it's not like I'm embracing the villain or doing anything like that. I'm embracing my teammates and how we play the football game. Oh, yeah, that happens a lot. I mean, that's why interceptions happen. So, no, it's these guys are talented on that side of the football, and they study film and watch plays just like we do. And so there's definitely times where the defense gets me on certain plays or certain blitzes or certain coverages, and you just have to learn from those and try to be better the next time. What? Yeah, I think just how talented they are. I mean, they're talented at all three levels, D-line, linebackers, and secondary, and they know how to play well together. I mean, that's what makes Vic Fangio's defenses so great, is that everybody has a part, and they have to do their job in order for everybody to have success, and that's what they do. And if they're asked to play man, they play man well. If they play zone, they make sure to be in the right spots at the right time. And so it'd be a great challenge. You got to be patient, and when those opportunities come, you got to go out there and execute on them, because there'll only be a few of them in the game.
What part of your game are you most proud of the improvement that you've made since your first Super Bowl?
I think just being able to feel the tempo of a game and feel how the game flow is going. I feel like when I was younger, I wanted to just make the big play happen the whole game. And I obviously still want to do that, but whenever the defense is playing well or the offense, we're struggling a little bit, it's about getting us back in rhythm, getting us back in tempo so that the big plays kind of come to us and we're not trying to force them. Yeah. Yeah, it's always motivating whenever you have another baby. I mean, just because I want them to have the same experiences that the other two had, and she's been amazing. She's been sleeping well. Mom's been extremely happy, and I'm excited for her to be able to come to. I think this will be her first football game at the Super Bowl, and hopefully we can get her a win. Say that again? I don't know if I play. I was in Long Island with the Mets, but he played on the Long Island Ducks. So when he was there, I definitely spent some time in Long Island. I was a little bit older too then, so I remember a couple of things. But the games were awesome. They had a lot of fans in the stands, and some of that independent baseball and that he played at the end of his career was kind of some of my favorite moments.
Everybody seems to want a piece of you. How many autographs would you estimate you signed?
I mean, I can't even a lot. I would just say a lot of them. But I mean, that's a part of it. I was the little kid asking for autographs from my dad, so I'm always, especially for the kids and the kids that want to live out their dream and are looking for some inspiration, I always will sign those autographs to them.
What's the strangest request you've ever had?
I signed some man's back because he had a tattoo of me on his back, and I got kind of cornered into where I had to do it. That was a pretty strange one. I think it's just the guys that we have in our locker rooms have such an appreciation for the process and how hard it is to get to the Super Bowl. And so with that, we start from the beginning. We don't just rely on what got us there the year before. We really go back to ground zero, and we work our tail off just to be the best that we can be, and knowing that it's going to be a hard process. It's going to be a hard journey to get back to the Super Bowl. And so when you have a bunch of guys like that, it kind of fuels you to be the best you can be every single day. Guys like Stafford and Aaron Rodgers, they've been doing it for so long, and those are guys I watch coming out of the draft. You know, I want to be remembered for the way that I played the game and the type of person that I was playing, and that's what I've always want to be remembered for. Obviously, you want to win and you want to win all these games, but I want people to see how I put the effort in every single day to be the best that I possibly can be for my team. And if I can be remembered by that, then I'll be happy with whatever I do on the football field. Yeah, I think the steady progression. I mean, obviously we knew he was talented. We knew that he was a great football player, but how smart he is and how he's able to learn things and learn from his mistakes and be even better because of that. I think the steady progression that he's had, it just shows me that he's going to be a even better receiver next year, and I'm excited for them and the future of our receiving room.
Patrick.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it was too much different than last year. I mean, I think Taylor being at all the games has been awesome. It's been awesome to showcase her bringing light to the sport that I love and getting little girls like my daughter interested in watching the game. And now I think I just know Taylor better now, and I feel like I've built a great friendship with her and my wife and Taylor have built a friendship as well. So it's just cool to see that how football can bring people together from every aspect of life, and I feel like that's just kind of a metaphor for the rest of life as well.
Patrick.
You talked about how your wide receiver is really special, but what's it been like working with people like this, with you guys, and then
Yeah, no, it's so much fun to see how much they like each other, and I know that sounds funny but it's guys from every different part of their career. And you got DeAndre Hopkins, you got Justin Watson, Juju Smith-Schuster, then you got Xavier Worthy, Hollywood Brown, all these guys that have kind of made their own personality part of that receiving room, and they get along, and they celebrate together. They're always spending time together, and so when you get a good tight-knit group like that, that's when you pull out the best in each other, and I think that's what they've done in that receiving room.
How do you maintain the high expectations and pressure that comes with being a high profile?
I just be myself. I think at the end of the day, if you're authentic to who you are, then you're not worried about what other people say about you. And so regardless of how I'm either praised or doubted or whatever that is, I'm always going to be who I am. And I think if I do that, then I can always live with the results on the football field.
What did you say about approaching GOAT status?
I mean, as a Mavs fan, it hurt just because everything that Luka's done for the city in these last 7 years, and I got to watch a lot of that, and I've got to meet Luka and build a friendship with him, and I'm excited for his future though now in LA and learning from LeBron. I mean, that's what you want to do, is learn from the greats of your profession. And but at the end of the day, man, I'm always gonna be a Mavs fan, and bringing a guy like Anthony Davis in is going to help the team. I mean, just a elite offensive and defensive player, and I'm excited for their future as well. But it hurts whenever you lose a guy that's kind of been a staple of your organization for a long time. And as a fan, I built a lot of great memories watching him play.
Patrick, how do you plan on recovering after Super Bowl week, especially since this is your third time in a row?
Yeah, I spend time just with my kids. Like in football season, you take so much time away from those little memories that you have, just taking your kids to gym class or whatever it is, and taking them to school and stuff like that. So whenever I get in the off season, I try to spend as much time as I can with them, get to see what they do on a day-to-day basis, and build those memories with them. So once football season's over, I will be all hands on deck, and I got 3 of them now, so it'll be a tough battle for me there as well. Entire league, it's just getting the ball to your hands and not causing bad plays. I mean, they seem like they get turnovers every single game, and that builds momentum in football games. So just trying to keep away from the turnovers, get the ball in my hand, and whenever I do get the opportunity to go downfield, I have to execute on it. It won't be many of them.
What was the lowest point in your football journey where you thought you would never be here on the verge of breaking? Was there one moment for you that was the hardest?
I would say, you talking about NFL or just in general football?
Time in your football career.
Yeah, I don't want to know if it's the lowest point. I didn't start full time as a quarterback as a junior in high school, and so that probably was the lowest point. I was trying to decide if I wanted to just focus on baseball and not play football and stuff like that. But ever since then, it's kind of taken off. Obviously, in college, I didn't win a lot of games, but I feel like I was steadily getting better, and we were progressing as a team. And so got to the NFL and been really blessed so far, where I got to sit and learn behind Alex Smith, a great quarterback, and then getting in with a lot of great guys around me. So I think the very beginning was probably the hardest part, and I've kind of been able to kind of progress since then.
What does your wife Brittany had on you and your work ethic? I know she was a really talented athlete as well. How has that pushed you?
Yeah, I think she's more competitive than I am. I mean, the way that she pushes me every single day to be the best that I possibly can be, and she'll continue to do that. She knows that she's gonna be at home taking care of the kids and help me out. That I better be going out there winning on the football field.
Patrick,
I think more than anything, he helps me become a better person. And when you become a better person, you become more invested in your profession and being a leader on the team and making other people better people as well. And so I think having a guy like that, I can play for. I know that he cares more about the person than he does about the player.
How do you approach with such calmness and demeanor to big games?
I think just treating it like a football game at the end of the day. I mean, obviously you want to win. It's the biggest game that you're going to play in your life, but you got to play it like the game that you love, that you grew up playing with your buddies at recess. And so that's what I try to do is just go out there and have some fun.
What's that 4-star CBS symbolize?
Yeah, it means the world because it's voted on by the team, and that showcases that all the hard work you're putting in means something, and being able to be voted captain by my teammates, it will always be special to me because I know that it's not given. You have to go out there and earn it every single day.
Patrick, asking all the guys on the team, would you rather have Patrick Mahomes' throwing ability, Taylor Swift's singing ability, or Steph Curry's shooting ability? What should the answer be?
Taylor Swift's singing ability, that's not even close.
What about that arm, though?
I mean, the arm's awesome, but I mean, I'm not inspiring billions and millions of people. You know what it is?
Greatest shooter of all time.
I mean, I love Steph, man. He's the greatest shooter of all time, but he's not Taylor Swift.
You're right. Who's the one NBA player, because I know you're a hooper, the most confident you could get a bucket on?
The most confident NBA player I can get a bucket on,
One guy you think you could score on?
probably LeBron. No, I got to go for the greatest, so I got to go for the greatest guy out there.
What would that final score be to 11?
11-1. I feel like he'd feel bad. He'd let me score a point. No, I mean, Coach Fangio does a great job. I mean, every single game I've went up against him has been a challenge for me, and so I understand that it's going to be a challenge, especially with the talented players that they have on their side. But it's about getting the ball in your hand, not making a bad play worse, and then whenever you do get the opportunity, you have to go out there and execute. Obviously the game was amazing and seeing the fan base there, but I think just like when you step on that football field in Frankfurt and you got to hear the Chiefs' Kingdom and how loud and proud they were, I think that will be something that will be forever a memory in my mind. Yeah, I mean, I started off with my wife and the way that she's been able to motivate me to be great every single day and to do so much at home to take care of our kids and let them embrace who I am as a football player. I think it means the world to me, and it's amazing that I have such an amazing wife. And then going to my dad and my mom and how they've supported me from the beginning and wanted me to live out my dreams. And I think they've always done that, and they wanted me to live out my dreams on a day-to-day basis and be the best version of myself that I can be. And so I have a great support system, and they're people that motivate me to be the best person I can be. Yeah, nice. Appreciate all y'all.